We use this training and review process to teach our assistants on how to schedule our appointment books for maximum productivity. And by implementing this thorough review process, you're going to be able to ensure that you eliminate these reoccurring problems when it comes to your staff's performance. If you're looking at someone to manage your books for you, because you have clarity in your head, you have clarity around how you want your books to look. Yeah, you have absolute clarity, but it's in here. So what you need to do is you need to document or actually have a set of guideline rules around your appointment book. For example, in my appointment book, if I want to do block booking means if I have someone at 9, I don't want to have someone booked at 10. I want to have someone booked at 9:15 only. So it goes 9, 9:15. So I don't want a big gap. That's a rule. When you place a rule, be aware. What are the exceptions to that rule, right? Because at the end of the day, if a person just can't make 9:15, would you say bye? You wouldn't. I'm assuming you wouldn't. So you need to have a structure of, okay, these are the rules for the appointment book. This is what appointments need to be set at what time. If you have different type of appointments, meaning like new patient versus regular visits, all of that, depending on if you have a rule, whether I only see new patients at the beginning and at the end of the shift, not in the middle. If that's a rule, make sure that that's conveyed appropriately to this person. And then what are the exceptions to it? If this person can't make a 9:15, can you move them to another day? If no other day works in that week and all options have been given, then yes, you can come back to that 10 o'clock time slot. And so it's like a flow chart that this person can follow and go, wait a minute, this is how the booking should look like. And this is why it needs to be like that. As long as you can bring your clarity that's in your brain onto a piece of paper and then just go through a training session with the VA that you want to designate it to. And obviously I'm all about performance reviews, guys. Whenever you do any training, you have to review your people that you're training. I run 3 performance reviews within 3 months. When I hire staff. Whenever I start a person off, I give them 4 weeks of basic training. Again, it depends how intense your tasks are in the practice. If you can get basic tasks done within the first 4 weeks, that's great. Their first review happens in week 2. At the end of week 2, they are sitting their first test or exam with me. And then another one 2 weeks after that. So within a month, they actually have their first 2 reviews. The third review happens at the end of the 3-month period. And then from there, I'm just tracking them obviously on and off because they're still brand new. Please remember, guys, just because a person has trained with you, and this is something else I went on a call just before this one. 3 months, we say to people, 90 days is the training period. You get 3 months. And 3 months finishes, and then it's like they made a mistake and you're like, oh, how could you? It doesn't work like that. Right? The 3 months it's a trial period. They're trialing out things. And yes, those performance reviews are really important because they take things very seriously. So the mistakes they make after are less and less and less. But please remember, another important thing about your training process you have to understand is, are your expectations realistic? I was working with someone who was wanting this person to sell concession packages, and do other things alongside and make massive recalls to get people to book in, ones that have fallen off the book and now you're trying to get them to book in. That requires skill, believe it or not, okay? It does. So because they've opted to leave care and now you're trying to get them back into care. They wanted that, they were expecting that in the first 2 months. That's, for me, in my practice, that's like an advanced step. That is not even trained at that point. Yeah. So realistic expectations are important for you as a practice owner. Because if you don't set those realistic expectations, they're not going to meet them and you're constantly going to have friction. Or you're going to have high turnover of staff because you keep feeling like they're not good staff. It was because your training process was too unachievable. All right? So, and another thing, let's say you do set realistic expectations and you said, okay, this task, realistically, you have 3 weeks to keep trialing. And after 3 weeks, you should be able to nail it. That's one task though. So let's say you gave them 25 tasks with the time period of 3 weeks. So now that it's the same 3 weeks, but now you've got 25 tasks to try and nail down. Is it realistic? I would leave that to you guys, obviously. But think about that. So training processes, it's a lot more than just sitting there and going, oh, so this is how you do something. Do you get it now? So if you follow this method thoroughly, you'll notice that you have less issues 6 months, 12 months down the line with stuff. And the review process, once they're settled in, once you've audited and you know they're smooth sailing, and now they're pretty much within your business, I review twice a year. That's it. If you found this valuable, then hit the like button, don't forget to subscribe, and comment below on what was your biggest takeaway. I've gone ahead and created more videos that I know you'll find useful, so take a look at those next.